South Dakota was recently listed by the Department of Transportation as non-compliant in how it issues commercial driver's licenses for immigrants and people from out of state, also known as non-domiciled CDLs.
As Dakota Territory's Blake Trolley reports, the state is taking action on the issue.
South Dakota was among 6 states found to have systemic non-compliance in how it issues what are called non-domiciled CDLs. The U.S. Department of Transportation late last month issued emergency rules in response to the report. The rules in part require non-citizen applicants who aren't legal permanent residents to prove that their work visas and passports are unexpired at every issuance and renewal. States are also to set expiration dates for non-domiciled CDLs no later than 1 year from when they're issued. Congressman Dusty Johnson spoke to Dakota Territory News on the findings of the initial review.
Yeah, it was a pretty remarkable audit. I mean, really, over the last 50 years or so, I think we've been in South Dakota. We've become accustomed to having a state government that generally performs pretty well as far as do our agencies carry out state and federal law.
According to Johnson's office, South Dakota was issuing end dates for non-domiciled CDLs past the expiration date of the holder's immigration paperwork. His office says it was having conversations with the U.S. Department of Transportation. Furthermore, Johnson's office says Canadian drivers were issued CDLs while the U.S. and Canada have an agreement in which Canadian drivers are to get their licenses in Canada. Johnson hinted earlier this week that state-level action could be on the way.
I've talked to 2 state legislators just in the last 24 hours, both of whom told me they're looking into state legislation to try to make sure that South Dakota ups its game.
Johnson has co-sponsored legislation that would make permanent the rule requiring non-domiciled CDL expirations to be set no later than 1 year out. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety sent Dakota Territory News a statement reading, "We have corrected the 6 inconsistencies that were found and have temporarily stopped issuing non-domiciled CDLs until we can verify there were no other errors. We are also determining whether additional controls are needed to stay compliant with the new executive order." Furthermore, the department said the issues were primarily the result of human error and that each were promptly corrected, some on the same day they were found. In Rapid City, Blake Trolley, Dakota Territory News.